help us remember him. Today I'm going to give you the facts about his life over the past 8 months, just so you know. Then I'll tell you a couple things about Tim that inspired me. Maybe it will inspire you. And all in all, he's a great guy, so I hope that I can just find a couple of these things to share with you, and we can all cherish that. So, regarding the past 8 months, so it's on June 12th last year, 2016, on a Sunday, bright Sunday at 8 o'clock. Tim was in the city, and he left the bar. He had 1 drink in his system, according to blood test, walked across the street, had a sandwich, had some candy on him. That's the whole story that Tim knows. You never knew any more than just that what you've heard. Later, the other facts came through. He was hit by a car, lightly, as far as car hits go, fell, landed on a curb, hit the back of his head, and that was basically sealing his fate. For the next 8 months, he had several complications. He was in hospitals and hospice under the care of many people, and then his eyes closed for the last time just a couple weeks ago, marking 8 months. So that's the story. Before I tell you the great things about Tim, I want to take a minute to tell you about his mom. It's been a very stressful 8 months. You can imagine she was planning every day of his life. Tim wasn't very responsive all the time, and he couldn't talk, so blinking was the mode of communication. 1 for yes, 2 for no, blink, blink, double yes. So that's how she communicated with him and got the story from him. They even have that stroke chart where you point the letters. It's very touching. It's a very emotional process to get letter by letter out of somebody when you're trying to communicate with someone who doesn't even know what happened, because he never heard the rest of this. He never understood the whole story. She took the time to explain fully to him what was going on. This is not a Terry Schiavo situation. Tim was aware and fully in charge of his own medical care. That's very difficult to not make decisions for people, and I applaud you for that. It's really, you did the right thing.
Thank you.
So, next I'm going to tell you 3 things about Tim that I cherish. We all wish we had more time with him, but with a couple of these things, hopefully it's something we can take home and we can use to make ourselves better people. So Tim's a great guy. Number 1, it's get a number. Guaranteed every time. Why? Why can he do this? Because he only talks to the person that's interested in him. And he knows who's interested in him because he reads their body language and he understands them emotionally. Other people look at their faces and they look at how people are talking. Tim doesn't see that. He looks straight into the emotion. Here's another story. One day, I'm in Old City, walking around a bunch of people, and Tim's there. And somebody walks up aggressively asking for money. What's Tim do? Looks the guy straight on and he says, "Asshole, get the hell out of here.
Oh, really?
I'm having a good time with my friends." That's what he says.
Bailey was with his mom.
And the other people, this is late at night, and the other people are looking at him and they said, "Oh my God, this is a homeless guy, he could be crazy, he could have a gun." Tim says, he's not homeless. I know homeless people, and this guy's not homeless. And he's not threatening. Tim makes all of his decisions based on emotional understanding of people. And it's amazing, it's an amazing thing. It's been said, empathy is the greatest human emotion, human ability. So for Tim, if you're sad, he's sad. If you're crying, he's crying. If you need flowers, he's bringing flowers. So this is an amazing thing. How does it help us? We can cherish it, but better than cherish is to steal it. How can we bring this into our own lives? And I've tried to understand it. It's a very amazing thing that he does. So I want to know what about him makes him able to connect with people in the way that I don't know anyone else can do it that way. So let's be real for a second. Tim's got two modes. He's got daytime mode, he's got nighttime mode. Daytime mode is high human intellectual brain power, and nighttime mode is raw emotion animal power. Both times he's fully able to use empathy. I don't know anyone else with Tim's situation. I don't know anyone else who has empathy the way he does. But I do know is that because he can use it both ways, that shows us where in ourselves that we can find this. It means it's very deep inside, and it's not something you think about. It's not even something that humans can do. Animals can do it, which is something I just learned. Dogs can do it because Tim does it in the day and in the night. So, if you want to be more like Tim and you want to learn from him on empathy, you have to reach deep inside yourself. This is not the part of the brain that's thinking, how do I balance my checkbook, or how do I read their face. This is part somewhere between, this room smells like cheese and my butt itches. It's a very deep part of your body, and you just reach in there, and it's there. It's already there. If you're ignoring it, that's your fault. But all of us are capable of empathy. The second one, fucker.
Yep.
Tim speaks vividly. This is something we could all learn. His stories are vivid, they're loud, they're interesting. He can have 3 conversations with the same person at the same time.
With the same person, that was what was good.
Oh yeah. You're lucky if you can keep up on one of them.
Absolutely true.
Perfected from his mother,
Ah.
but take it to a whole other level.
And when I get a hold of that woman.
My wife is sorry she can't make today. She's Chinese. She's lucky if she can keep up with one of them. After every conversation with him, we step aside and I try to interpret for her. But these are good things. People spend a lot of times on their phones, and they love to type things out, and they want to read it before they hit send. Tim doesn't do that. He talks. He doesn't even hold the phone the right way.
No, it's true.
He just gets on the phone. He doesn't text. His computer looks more like an ashtray than something you use to watch a website. So this is something we can learn. Just pick up the phone and call people. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid of offending people. Put your emotion out there and tell the story that you have in your heart. Because Tim does that. We can all learn from here. That's something I want to take away here. The last one is love. Everybody's got it. Tim takes it to perfection. Tim kisses everyone's hand. He hugs everybody. And he tells everyone he loves them. No delay. It's in his head, it's in his heart, it comes out. Even over the past 8 months, as his mind was leaving the body still remembered to kiss mom, hug her, and tell her he loves her, even if there were no other words he could say. These are the last words that Tim had, and so that's the last thing I'm going to say that I respect about Tim. I hope that we can all learn from him and become better people, because he's a great guy.
You're amazing. Thank you. I actually like the letter. Thank you.